Oh, I'm just reading here. It's got something. I've got a star party. You can now see all the star comments in the streams by clicking the star counter. Okay, I don't know what that means, but I'm going to click it. Okay, guys. Hey, this is something brand new happening for me today. I am being given an option for star senders. I'm really not even sure what all that means. But I'm excited. I'm very excited, and I guess I am feeling a little lucky today. Let me set my computer over there. I'd love it if when you pop on, if you'd say, hey, tell me where you're watching from. It'd be really great. I truly appreciate it. What I'm going to do today, I was just going to do a little quick, it's kind of funny. You know, it's funny. I see that, and they're offering me stars now, and that's another opportunity for me. It's wonderful. I was going to do this today. Feeling lucky? How funny is that? How funny is that? I'm going to do this. I'm going to use a little Mod Podge. I'm going to add some pretty napkins to it. I've got these really pretty flowerful napkins that I thought would look really nice on there. I'm going to do a dark green background, and then I'm going to use my fleecy white pen to do some little outlining around it to make it sort of look like it's maybe a quilted Clover. I'm really excited. This is a great. I'm having a great day. We're going to use some Mod Podge, like I said. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to paint that background so that can be drying while I put the Mod Podge on in the napkins. I've already got the 3 of them cut out. I was thinking maybe I would do different looking napkins, but I really didn't have 3 truly similar looking napkins. I mean, I had 3 different floral napkins, but they were in vastly different ranges of the green, and I didn't think it would really look quite right. So I'm just going to use those 3 because I like that darkness to it, that darkness to it. And I'm also going to use a dark green over here on my background part. Now I'm looking at these 2. I have a grass green and I have a Kelly green. And by looking at them, it appears to me that this Kelly green is going to be a little bit darker. So that's the one that I'm going to go with for right now. So I'm just going to get started. Get some of this green, Kelly green. And then that seems sort of perfect for St. Patrick's too, doesn't it? May as well be Kelly green. Okay, so let me put this down there. And I'm just going to use this flat brush right here, this quick flat brush. I'm just going to get this flat brush, dip it in the water, get it wet, and then I just take my hands and squeeze most of the water out because I really don't want it to be really thinned down. I just want it to be a little thinner. I have my brush wet so that my brush will have a nice bend to it. Now I'm going to tilt you down so that you can see what we're doing here. Bring me over this way, get my brush out of the way, and see if I can... Whoop, what did that do? It flipped it around. Sorry about that. Let me try this again. Back up and back down. I'm just trying to zoom it in. There we go. That looks good to me right there. So I'm going to turn it around towards you all, and I'm just going to take the brush, and I'm just going to fill this background in with this nice Kelly green that we're using here for our St. Patrick's Day Clover. St. Patrick's Day is just around the corner. I am so excited for spring to get here and so looking forward to seeing all the flowers coming up. And, you know, St. Patrick's Day, we've got a few it's the 17th of March, so we've got a half a month to go. And I got these really cute things here. This what you're looking at. I got this at our Dollar Tree. And I thought, well, that's really cute. I can go ahead and do some of those. I've got another one, too. I've got a little pot of gold that says Lucky on it. So it's kind of funny. Either one. I was going to do one of the 2 today. Either one would have been perfect for me today. And I'm just going to keep adding the green back to the background here. just to give it a nice, and I'm actually getting it all the way up around the edges of that there, because I am going to put Mod Podge on that, but I really want that to be pushed all the way up into the wood. I'm going to have to get me a little bit more out here. Sometimes the wood really soaks up the paint, and then sometimes the wood doesn't. I like these light pine. It's like a white pine. They're thin, but you know, I mean, it's from the Dollar Tree. You can't expect it to be, you know, a ½ inch thick, but they're cute and they look nice. You get them painted and you can put them up on your door or hang them up on the wall to decorate, and they look really cute. I love a lot of the products at the Dollar Tree. We got a brand new one that opened right up the road, and I haven't been to it yet. And I really, really want to get up there because they have so many fun things. And I'm sure with it being a new one, that they're going to be like extra stocked. You know they are. Going to have everything up there. Going to try to, you know, at least for a grand opening, they want to be looking really good, I'm sure. So I want to make sure I get myself over there to that new one and see what they've got in stock that we can use and have fun with here at Fruit of the Vine Art Studio. Now, for those of you that don't know, I have a new kids membership opening, and it opens on March the 1st. So that's right around the corner too. I have been really busy working on getting that ready and set up for the kids to get in, and it's going to be so much fun. It's called the First Fruits Kids Clubhouse. And, you know, of course, I'm Fruit of the Vine, and they are the First Fruits, my founding members for my kids' clubhouse. And we're going to have so much fun. It's going to have a clubhouse backdrop that goes with it. And we've got a mascot. He is a pineapple. You know, think of it, we're fruit. He's a pineapple wearing some sunglasses, and his name's Spike. So it's just for fun. We're going to have a lot of fun together, make some crafts, have some art, do some painting, make all kinds of fun things. I've got it set up. I've got over 35 activities already in the guide, and I've got art prompts that are going to show up every single day. And you can draw what's on the prompt or do whatever else you want to. It just gives you an idea of what you can do for the day. If you want to draw something that looks a little different than the prompt, you do whatever you want to do. Now, the kids membership, the doors close on the 28th of this month, and it's only $20 a month. Every Saturday, there's going to be a new template from that month's art kits uploaded onto the page. So if your kids like to paint, or even if you like to paint, actually, you could get a new template every week from that month's kits. And it's $20 a month. Like I said, you can stop anytime. There's no contracts. There's nothing that's going to hold you to, you know, oh, nope, now you're stuck with this and you can't get out of it. No, it's nothing like that. I'm not getting your credit card number off of you. I'm not doing anything like that. You can just pay me through PayPal once a month at the end of the month for upcoming months. If you want to get in on this now, like I said, it is $20 a month. It's going right now. You have until the 28th of this month to get enrolled, and it starts on March the 1st. So it's the First Fruit Kids Club, and it's going to be a lot of fun, and I'd love for you and your family to join us. We've already got 8 kids enrolled in the club, so it's going to be a lot of fun. 4 boys and 4 girls. Isn't that great? Works out just perfect, doesn't it? And they're all of similar age. I mean, they're elementary school kids for the most part. So that'll be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to it. Okay, so now I've got my Mod Podge on here. That's for the first one. So I'm going to set this to the side. I'm going to take this here napkin, and I'm going to peel it because I know that there's another layer here. If I can hold it still. Okay. I'm not doing the iron-on dry method this time. I'm just putting them on. Try to get it right on there real nice and smooth. Trying to... There we go. trying to keep that area where it's got like the little crimping around the edges. There we go. Let's see. Is it sticking or does it need a little more? It looks like it needs just a bit more up here on the edge. So let me put just a little bit more right there. How about over here? How we doing? Here, it needs a little more right in there. Let's see on this side. That all looks like that's holding on pretty doggone good right there. Just press that down. Is my lighter up here? If my lighter's up here, we might play with some fire. Let me look. That's always fun. I love doing that. You put the napkin on, and then you light up the lighter, and you let it burn off all the excess instead of having to try and to trim it. You just burn it off. I don't know really how that would work, though. That might make a burned area on the background on this thing. So maybe that's not the best idea. We'll do another method. I'll show you another method of how we're going to trim it. Okay, that looks pretty good. Whoops, dropped it, but that's all right. Let's get this and see if we can get it to peel easy enough. Sometimes they're easy, sometimes they're not so easy. The other one just came right off. Right in this area right here is where it came off. Maybe I can get it to do it again. There we go. Now sometimes there's 2 layers on these things. You have to be careful of that too. Okay, about like that. Ooh, let's get it just a little bit further down right there. I'm not too worried about it wrinkling. I am worried about it sticking, though. That I'm more worried about than anything. I want it to make sure that it sticks really good so that it's fully covered with the Mod Podge and that it's all the way around the edges of it. Like I can feel right there, it is not. So let me dip that back in there and just go back underneath it and dab some more on there so that it gets it all the way around the top of that heart, because I want it to stick on there good. Yeah, this looks pretty good, pretty good. It's on there pretty well. Okay, one more to go. Hey, Steve, thank you for commenting. I appreciate that. I'm glad to see that you actually can comment, because I don't know now that I've accepted this stars thing, if you can only comment by sending a star, and I hope that that's certainly not the case. I still want everybody to be able to comment as much as they want, but if they have the option to send the stars, if they'd like to, so that's up to them. But I think that's great. I think it's fun. It's something different. I haven't been offered that before. So let's see where this goes. I'm so excited with what's going on here at Fruit of the Vine myself, you guys. I so appreciate you all to join me and comment for me. It's so much fun for me. I love this. I really do. I have so much fun doing this. And I truly appreciate each and every one of you. All right, so now we've got this on here. I don't think we're going to need any more Mod Podge, so I'm going to try to get as much of that out of that brush as I can, because those little foam brushes just ook up full of it. Well, what can you expect, though? It's a foam brush. It's a sponge. It's going to soak it up like a sponge. Right? Right. Okay, we'll put the lid on here. Oh, now where'd my third piece go? Oh, it's here on the floor. Well, I was thinking, Janet, you try to be so prepared and have everything ready, and then here you are without even one of the pieces that you need, but I knew I cut it. Just have to find it. Where did it go? Flew off that table. All right. So let's put this right along here. Press that down. Make sure we're getting it all along the edge of it here. Ooh, that's just on the edge right there, isn't it? That's all right, though. I got it on. That's what counts, right? And like I'm doing right here, I'm just kind of taking my hand and rubbing it real well around the edges now. Making sure every edge is very well visible. Feels like everything's stuck down. Whoop, that doesn't. There we go. Press that right there. Gotta make sure everything's glued real well. All the way around the edges. And then I'm going to take, where is my little one? That little flat brush, here he is. I'm going to take this little bitty flat brush and I'm going to dip it in plain water and I'm going to get it wet. And I'm going to squeeze the water out. But using that wetness, I'm going to go back over here. No, actually, I think I'll go to this one since that one I just put more water on. More glue on. And I'm going to go right around the edges here using the water. And then I can should be able to just give it a pull. Let me get it more wet. Let me get it. I can't even get my finger on it. There we go. And kind of give it a raggedy looking edge. So it sort of looks like a piece of material around the edge. We're not going to sand that. We kind of want that look to it, okay? So get that off of my finger. Get more of the water, and we're going to put it right around the edges of it. And then we're going to get it and just sort of pull it. Now, we don't want it to stick out too far on the edge. You don't want it to be too awful raggedy. But we're trying to get a little bit of a ragged edge. So I can actually, I know you can't see what I'm doing when I'm doing this, but I can actually get it in the water, and as I'm putting the water on it, I can pull it. See how that's working? Put the water on it and pull it. Now, yes, it's going up under the Mod Podge a little bit, but that's okay because Mod Podge is really just a thinned down glue. We can take our fingers and just press it down, and it's going to stick. Just using the brush, basically, as our cutting tool. Now there we got a long piece sticking out, so I'm just going to take my finger and roll it off. Same with like right here. That didn't cut well in the little groove, so I can take my brush and push it down in there. Okay, we're just going to keep working our way around it. You're actually sort of cutting it with the brush in a way because you're dabbing down into it and it sort of rips the fiber of the napkin. But it's kind of giving it a jaggedy edge, which is kind of what you're wanting. If you want a nice straight edge now, you can always just get your little sanding block out. Or get you a pair of scissors and try to trim it up that way. You can do it with an X-Acto knife if you wanted to. Now I'm going to wet this real well right there and then pull it off. Since it's right on the edge. Now that one that I've got right on the edge of it is going to be a little bit different to get on. Get that same look on the edge. There we go. And now it's on there fine. See how simple that was? Just Keep doing that here. That one was the last one we put on. Let's go to this side. Let's go to the one we start with here. I'm going to pull it out a little bit. I didn't notice that I didn't get all the green all the way up on that edge there. Because that's certainly not the water taking off paint, I know that. I didn't turn it well and look at it while I was doing it. I'm taking my thumbnail and just sort of drag it around that edge. Clean it up a little bit. Okay. And get that out of that in that spot right there. All right. Some more water on there. Work it down this edge. Press it back down if it starts to pull itself up. Just press it down because it's still drying. Hello. There goes Steve, guys. He said hello. All right, we're still just working the water around it here and just give it a pull. Take your thumb and press it around the edge. Work the water, give it a pull. And I can take my thumb and just go around the edge of it, and that just peels all those little extra pieces right off of it. Now we're going to work this down right here. Pull off the corner. It did just a little bit, but I don't think you'll even notice it, quite honestly, because of the coloring of the napkin itself, having that dark green color in it. There we go. Let me rub that right there. I can see that rolling up. Oop, I pulled that up just a little bit. I'm going to have to touch that up with just the tiniest touch of the Mod Podge right there. Here, we'll get this little brush. And push him back just a wee bit. Blow that out of the way. We're just going to put some more right under there. Sometimes you have to do a little maintenance work while you're still creating, huh? I got that a little too wet, I think. So you don't want to get it all saturated on the top, because that will cause the Mod Podge to fail. But look, it still turned out great. Let me push it on there. How cute is that? Okay, we'll put this over here in the water with that other one with the paint on it. Okay. Try to get this to pull off a little better over here and not get the whole thing on the top all as wet. There we go. There's lots and lots of ways to get the napkin to come off, and this is just one of the many ways, by using the water and pressing down with your brush, sort of using it like a little cutter. You know, your napkins are very thin, very easy to do things like this. You could just as easily have taken a sanding block like this right here and just sand it along the edges of it. But I thought I'd show you something else that you could do. You could take your lighter and you could just light it with a fire, and that would cut it all the way around the edges too. You could take your scissors and very diligently work it around. Or you can just take some water like what I'm doing and just sort of pull it a little bit and press down. And then take your thumb and go around the edges of it to peel off the excess. There's not much excess right there. I can just press that right onto it. Roll it off. There we go. Alright, just going to work this around right here. Take my thumb and cut that. Come off of there. Thank you. I'm going to talk to the napkin. One of those kind of days, huh? It's a pretty Saturday. It's not beautifully sunny or anything out there, but it's getting warmer and spring is on the way, and I'm excited for spring, as we all know, because I keep talking about it. As we all know, I keep talking about it. Excited for days to get longer. Of course, that makes it harder to get back home and get myself done with, eating and all of that and ready to do things online, because I'm still wanting to be out running. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to do it. I'm going to show up and we're going to have fun, because I enjoy doing this too. This is a lot of joy for me. Okay, let's see. I just got to get this off right in here. Just going to saturate it real wet with water. Take my thumb and drag it around there. All right. Now we've got all three of them on there. Looks kind of cool, doesn't it? We're going to make it look quilted now. We're going to give it a different look. We're going to take our brush and put it in there, and we're going to put the lid on the Mod Podge. We're going to take our white flicey pen. This has got that 0.7 millimeter tip to it. And I'm just going to take this and I'm going to start making little stitches about a 1/4 inch long each, about a 1/4 inch in from the edge. Just like that. And we're going to do that all the way around. The whole 4-leaf clover. Try to keep them about the same length. It's sort of a muscle memory thing. Think about how long you're dragging for each one. You want it to be about the same amount of time. Had to get that a little close to the middle there because of the way that the extra heart was glued onto it there. But just try to keep it about the same length, farther, the same length, one pen nib from here to where you're drawing. The same depth. You want it to be in about the same spot where you're dragging the lines. You want your lines to be about the same length. They don't have to be exact, though. That is absolutely nothing to be stressing over. Oh, no, my stitches aren't the same. Hey, that's okay. They don't have to be. Those are a little close there towards the edge. Let's bring them a little further in. That stitch is going to get caught up in the hole, so I'm going to take it around there. Just bring it on around here. Getting some long stitches, Janet. Got to shorten them up again. You don't want them to get too far over. Bring them back in. Whoops. Oopsie. Here we go. Oh, let me see if I can get a little more paint to come down the tip here. There, that's better. It was starting to look a little fadey looking, like I was using some old thread. I have a little quilted heart here, or a little quilted clover with hearts on it. I don't know if you guys ever heard of the website or the page. It's a Facebook place. I found a quilted heart. They make little hearts and take them and put them in places and hang them up or leave them for you to find. I was hoping that would show a little better on there. But I guess not. It's just going to kind of soak into it. But I'm still going to work my way around it. Maybe it kind of shows up. Just not as good as I had hoped. Let's see something else. Oh, I know what would show up. Let's do that. Let's go back right here. Will that show up, though? I don't know. We'll see. Maybe that'll show up. Maybe I just started something that doesn't even need to be done. It doesn't really show up as well either, does it? Maybe I should do them in black. Maybe I should do them in black. Let's do that. Make black stitches on the hearts. See if that'll show up. Gonna make it show up one way or another, huh? Yep, that's better. Make little black stitches. Sort of like it did around the outside of the clover. There we go. That's how you make them stand out. I thought maybe gold would do it, but gold didn't do it. This works. My stitches look a little crazy, but that's okay. Maybe I'm a bad seamstress. Who knows? Okay, that one's stitched up. Yeah, maybe we'll put a pretty gold bow on it. That'll help it pop. Here we go. See, and now that helped it a whole lot, just doing little bitty odd things like that to it. Just making it pop out a little bit. Hey, Jessica, thank you for joining me. I appreciate you being out there. Appreciate you making a comment for me. That way I can see it. See whether or not I'm actually showing up live or what. Who knows? Oh, who knows? Okay. Those are starting to dry, and I can see a little bit of raggedy look to it there, but that's all right because we kind of want that ragged look to it. Let's take our pen. Let's try this Artistro pen. First, let's make sure it's flowing. Got a lot of gunk hanging on it from the last time I used it. Okay. Yep, it's flowing. Okay, then we're going to just take this and make some little stitches on the outside of the hearts that aren't exactly in the same places as where the little black ones are. Don't get your stitches too long, though. I'm starting to get them, make long stitches. Stop that. You want nice little stitches. Gotta watch that black paint. I'll be smearing up my stitches. A little harder getting it here on the inside of it. Put them around this little fella. Just trying to leave a little space in between each stitch. All right, go around that. Looking at that. I kind of like this Artistro. Seems to look a little brighter. Maybe I'll have to do a little pen comparison. I'm going to raise my hand up a little bit. There we go. Sometimes I'm thinking to myself, sometimes you just never know how these things are going to turn out. Put a bright gold bow on this. I'm getting my stitches too big again. Like little stitches. Little stitches. Yeah, I'm going to take this and go over this a second time, because this certainly looks to be a brighter white to me. And this is an Artistro pen. And it just says extra fine point. It doesn't tell you how wide it is, but it appears to be the exact same as the other one, a 0.7 millimeter, because it's not drawing any thicker of a line. And it's flowing pretty well. Keep my stitches straight. Sorry I'm dragging you all the way around the Clover again, huh? We did this once already, Janet. We did this once already. I just wanted to show up real well. Although it showed up pretty well anyway without me doing this. Oh, come on now. Let me get a little more. There we go. Back to a nice flow, and it doesn't feel like I'm scratching it on there. Yep, I can see exactly where I started. I thought, can I even tell where I started with this one? I sure can, right there. Right there is where I started. I can see the difference in the white itself. But it may have been the same way had I used that Glycine pen again, too. Maybe it just needed to be a second coat. That second coat's making that much brighter. Just around the bend here, and it'll be finished. Get that out of the way. There we go. Where's the lid to this thing? Okay. Let me reach over here. Pull out my gold ribbons. Let me see. What we got left of that? Not a whole lot of that left, huh? Maybe we can do these two together. Maybe we can do all three of them together. down here at the bottom. That one's just about out. That's why I wasn't sure if I was going to use that or not, but we'll use it. Why not? Slide all three of them underneath there. See if I can get them to hold together right. I might have to cut these before I can do this. I don't know what I'm trying to do here, guys. Something crazy. Trying to do it without cutting it. We'll see how this works. Come here. You never know what you're going to see when you come on here, huh? We'll see if we can make this work. I don't know. It's pulling pretty quick, pretty loose. Let me get you up on the top. Take that. Take this around. I don't think I can do it this way, but we'll see. Take this around. Hold you three. Nope, that ain't gonna work, is it? That's sort of crazy. Okay, how long is that? That's long enough, so let's just take this. Where's my scissors? Do it the right way. And quit trying to do it with all three of them on here, trying to see how much more string I might need. I don't need no more string. That's enough string. Hold you up, bring you around. I don't know if I can do this or not. Might be easier to do the two bows, or the two loops. Take that loop. And push him through. Did that get all three of them? Now, where is that one coming from? Here, I'm just messing now, guys. Seriously. I'm just messing around. Pull this that way. Back down in there. It's a messy little bow. I'm dropping those down. It's a messy little bow. I might do better actually here. Let's do this instead. Let's just take this, get it even, tie it in a knot, okay. I'm trying to make a bow that does not want to be made. This little gold ribbon that I decided to use is not wanting to cooperate. Okay. Maybe I should do them separate. Make them a whole bunch of little bows. Let's do that. They're all going to be sideways, I think. Where'd the end of that go? Yeah, I don't want that big. Let's see if I can flip it over. Yep. There we go. And then let's take this one, bring it over the top one time. And then tie it, if I can get it to go through this way. So now we got a bow going that way, a bow going this way. Where'd that other little gold bow go? Let me pull that. There's that side. Here's this side. So now we got the bow looking at least a little fancy smancier. Looks cute enough. I could sit here and just play with bows all afternoon. I could actually take my scissors and just, here's another thing we could do. Have it not necessarily bows, but just a pretty little and then where this is extra long, we'll just take this and snip it off and snip this off a little bit. And now it's just like a little fluffy bow. Not a bow, but just a little fluffy decoration on the top of it. Just a pretty little gold fluffy top. A little pop to it. So there we have it. I'm done with it. I'm going to stop now, because if I don't, I'm just going to keep going and going and going. Hey, Mel, thanks for joining me. I appreciate that. You like the details? Yeah, I was trying to give it a little bit of a pop, give it a little bit of a different look, and that bow just definitely was not going to cooperate with me, so we took the bow and just made it a poof. It don't have to be a bow anymore. It can just be just a poof of ribbon. We just got a bunch of ribbons on it for just fun details and just for color. All right, I appreciate you guys being with me. Let me pop that down. There we go. All right. I really appreciate you guys being with me today. Thank you so much for joining me. Hey, feeling lucky? Here we go. All right, guys. I will see you again real soon. Bye.